Start, go. No. I do not believe so. I've not seen this car. They had in their, let's see, job history. We last saw it in 2019. Oh, this is the one that I hammered out the tone ring. You guys remember this will be 2019, so 2 years ago. I made a video about it. We had a erratic ABS code. We tried, we were diagnosing it, looking at the different problems that it had, and then I took apart the brakes because something wasn't making any sense, and found the tone ring that these axles and these that these ABS systems run on was bent. I don't know how it got bent, but it got bent. So it was putting out an erratic signal. Oh, Lord. I gotta blow my nose. Take my medicine. Good morning, Jeremy. Oh, I haven't changed over my chat. There's the YouTube stream. If you haven't already subbed on the YouTube, then by golly, go do that. I need to save and move over this chat, or else I won't see anything over here. Excellent. There, now I have YouTube and Twitch. Chat's up. Ah, crap, I didn't check to see if I was on the right Wi-Fi. I should be. Nothing restarted. But it would be my Monday morning luck if I was on the wrong Wi-Fi and everything starts to freak out because it doesn't have enough bandwidth. Do I turn off the covfefe pot now? Or later? I don't even know what time it is. 9:30. It's the covfefe pot. Look, man, I know it was a big controversy a while ago, but I still think he was trying to say coffee. I don't care, but so now coffee is covfefe. Just because it's funny. Yeah, it happens. Those clips are not always spot on. It depends on where you get the parts from. And reusing the old ones isn't the worst. About all you would really want to do there is just use a wire brush, clean them off. You know, try and give them to be as good as they can be. Did that fridge shut? Did. Hey, everything's all weird. It's the time change, so my stomach's like, you're hungry. And I'm like, it's 9:30. No, I'm not. No, you're hungry. So, I'm gonna eat an egg real quick. That'll make my stomach shut up so we can focus and get this done. Now I gotta go find a trash can that's not missing. Because Noah just took out our trash can. Because I guess our trash boy hadn't been in this weekend. Don't tear half the egg apart. There we go. Just takes but a minute to eat. They did put the bug motor on the wrong end. Also, hopefully this will help my heartburn for the moment. Get the rack set. And bingo bango. Whoa. All right. Yes. The only tools that we don't buy are specialty tools. And even then, we buy them sometimes. So, if I'm doing a job on a car, like I need this tool and this tool and this tool to be able to do the timing job on this car, then I tell the shop that and they purchase the tools, because I shouldn't have to absorb the cost if I'm not going to be reimbursed for it. So. Well, everything is easy when you have lots of money. That's just the short answer. Well, I think you met Club. All right, we're going to start recording this. Why, hello and greetings, YouTube. Today we have a 2006 Volkswagen Beetle. Tune-up per customer's request. Last maintenance was 2 years ago. So oil change, air filter, question mark, cabin filter, question mark, I guess. Airbag lights on. Husband replaced all the interior and lights have been on since. Temp light comes on when you start the car and it beeps. And check codes, because the check engine light is on as well. And I've confirmed all of those things are happening because I just pulled it from the front to here. And now we're going to do the first thing, which I like to do, is look under it. Thought that was a nail in the tire, it's just dirt. Of course, it's convertible, so it's going to have an obnoxious under tray. That is there. It's mostly there. Off to a good start. Who's calling me? Nobody that I want to talk to. All right, so we're off to a good start here. Got the bolts are ripped out of the housings on the, that's supposed to be up there. Same thing on this side. They got torn out. Is that cracked? No, that's just, the bumper is torn up, so that's good to see. Looks like it's just been cut or broken. There should be little tabs sticking off here. Wheel well looks nice. That's good. That's good. Why, thank you, Steve. Or Matt. That is too kind. This wheel well's intact. Mostly. Oh, no. Missing some stuff in there. Looks like it ripped off the plastic. That should be glued down right there, and that's not good. Any serious leaks? Ooh, no. I was expecting to find a coolant leak based on that initial code. Or not code, but complaint where they're saying the temp light comes on. Do they just never fill up their coolant? Also possible. We'll pull the under tray down and go in a little further, obviously. But for now, we are just going to continue checking over the rest of the car. Let's see. Why is this so gray? This side's clean-ish. Cleaner. Pad looks okay. That pad looks okay. It looks like they just changed their brakes. Still can see like the crosshatch in the brakes. So if you're curious how I do this all day, this is a streaming rig. This is the wires that keep me tethered to a point because I live stream this all day. So that's that. I'm gonna pop back here and check this back stuff real quick, see how that looks. Brakes are fine. Nothing looks really out of place. Everything looks good. Shocks aren't leaking. Pads are good on this side too. They look brand new. I'd even say the shock looks like it's rather new. Not bad. Checking for rattles on the exhaust. That's usually a pretty common spot for rattles to happen. But this exhaust also looks kind of new. Either that or this is a garage queen. One of the two. Cool. Ooh. Until I run over cords. Shut this door because it's chilly outside. I don't see anything particularly awful other than that other side being a little bit extra gray. I don't know what that's about. Maybe the old pads or something were eating up the rotor, and that's when they put on these new pads. Looks like new pads. Could possibly be it. I'm more concerned as to why the front end looks very, I mean the whole car is really shiny. Somebody has waxed this thing very heavily, but it doesn't feel like wax. Awesome. So one thing I was concerned of when I first popped the hood is we got a whole lot of this like gray stuff. Somebody's been sanding this thing, hasn't it? This thing's been to a body shop. That's what that is. This thing has been to a body shop. So, what do you think we're gonna find in the check engine light? Think we're gonna find anything in the SRS? Oh, you can't see that, it's too bright. That's what I'm getting off of all the surfaces. Paint, or dust from sanding. So, this thing's been in an accident, or had body work done at some point. All right, let's get our VCDS cable and give her a scan. Yeah. It does and it doesn't. Like the front, it almost looks like it's a different color red until you stand like right here, and then it looks the same. The door looked the same as that. It's such a deep candy apple red. Maybe they just got the whole car painted because they wanted it to be a deep candy apple red. All right, let me get some codes pulled up Actually, we'll just do an auto scan. Although this is an 06, it might not work. It does not work. We can do the old-fashioned auto scan, which is... This is a new Beetle. What is this? Can't read the VIN number because it's covered up by that carpet that's on the dash. It's a 1Y. 1Y. Go. So that's gonna scan, and we'll show you the results when we're done. When you swim in the sea and an eel bites your knee, that's amore. Have I pulled anything yet? What is beeping? The door keeps... It's missing this... It's missing the outer wet seal. It's missing so much stuff. Like, look at this. This is the window track, and as you can see, wrong button. As you can see the regulator in there because this is supposed to have a door seal right here. There's supposed to be a door seal that keeps the water from getting into the bloody door. And the whole thing's pretty... It's like the window's loose, but it's not. It just needs that seal there to help keep it still. But there's some sort of beeping. We got an aftermarket radio in here, which is... This is that custom interior that the gentleman did, I guess. Oh, crushed, stitched carpet? Over the carpet? A carpet padding protector? Interesting. I mean, it's... Then they got a carpet on top of that. Diamond stitched whatever. Of course, your dash pad here. I am not... have high hopes for what's going on. But I still hear that beeping noise. What is that? It's coming from under the dash. Also, it doesn't feel like they hooked up the door check rod. No, they did. No, they didn't. It's broke. The door check rod is beat. Oh, Jesus Christ. This car is turning into... Is it like a tracking chip under here? What is that beeping? You guys hear that? I don't see anything. I'd have to take more of the interior apart to find out, and I'm not... I mean, I hear the other beeping too, which isn't helping. But that high pitch beep, beep. That is so strange. I've never had a car beep just because it's on, without the door being open. Curiouser and curiouser. Waiting for the auto scan to finish. I think the Discord invite is expired if you're banned because it can't expire. It's not a Discord invite. It's a link from the Discord or from the Twitch chat. What? It was messing with my mic signal? Really? Good morning, the wrench jockey. There's like a buzzing noise? Not like my mic's going bad buzzing. I didn't scan a darn thing. Awesome. This is what my auto scan got me. Whole lot of nothing. So let's do our next trick, which is options, and then we go to test. Yep, there it is. Let me see if I can pull this part up. Yep, right there. See where it says Hexnet, blah, 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 Wi-Fi, status questionable, CAN, testing, K1 short to 12 volts, K2 okay. They installed the radio wrong. Somebody put the radio in wrong. So I'm gonna have to pull that radio out. Whoa, that's really big, sorry. So first step is, yeah, we gotta pull that radio out. What the hell? Why did you just like start playing music and then you stopped? Is this car haunted? This is all very suspicious. Let me check. At this point, let me look at the trunk just to make sure there's nothing else insane in this car. Okay, the trunk, it looks normal. There's not really anything in it. There's a little box of like bags and stuff, so whatever. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't a body at this point. Okay, so next thing we're gonna have to do is work on removing the radio, which is at least a reasonably installed radio. If I turn it off, will that help me? Or I could probably just pull the radio fuse, and that should give me access to the CAN line. Yeah, it's shorted. Let's find the radio fuse and pull that. See if it'll stop shorting the CAN line. Hopefully this has got a diagram in it. I'm probably gonna have to look up the radio fuse. So I'm gonna look up some stuff and I'll be right back on the recording. It doesn't typically, but it can. The radio typically interfaces with the CAN system, and when people go get aftermarket radios for these things, I guess radio installers don't pay attention, or I don't know what. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus, or maybe they're ill-informed on the situation, and so they'll hook up what's supposed to be the right things, and then they'll end up hooking a power line to the communications lines. All right, let's see, power and ground, fuse, components, split year. 12 of 05. From July of 05. Yeah, these are all. Okay, these are all from instrument panel left. Driver's seat, blah, 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 cruise control, bunch of stuff. This text is very small. I'm glad my monitor is very big. Instrument cluster, cooling fan control module, bacon, Motronics engine control module, emergency flasher switch, radio, there it is, fuse 42, radio and satellite radio. 42, which is 1, 2, 3 from the bottom right. Oh, already got my pliers. All right, so I found where the fuse is for the radio, so we just got to get into the radio, or into the fuse box, so we can pop that fuse out. 1, 2, 3, it's fuse number 20 or 42. That one there. There seems to be a few things missing. Now let's turn the key on, and we should have no radio action, which we do not, and hopefully we have can line action. If not, then I'm gonna have to get in there and remove the radio. Test. No, it's still shorted. Well, pulling out the radio is what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, we're gonna get no communication. No communication. Why do you seem sketched out about this car? Oh, you're like up in the steering wheel and you can't move the seat, eh? Noah's parked in there like a pretzel. He's all sorts of shoehorned in there. Yeah, it's an aftermarket radio. All right, well, that kind of brings us to a grinding halt. That noise still doesn't stop with the car off. Hey, Noah, go stick your head in that car. Car's off. You can hear it from here? Nope. Did it stop? Oh, with the key on, you hear this little, let's see if it doesn't when I turn the key on. No. It stopped. There's this beep, beep, beep. It's coming somewhere under the dash under there. I've never heard anything like that kind of beep. And it's not the radio beeping, because it's not coming from the speakers. It's not coming from here, and it's not going from the speakers. I don't know. I gotta take out the radio, though. They hooked it up wrong. So I can't talk to the rest of the car. Whoops. Maybe, quite possibly. Maybe it's something that's controlled by the OBD2. I thought it was still going when I pulled it off. Yep. It starts back up when I do that. It's not my connector. It's not my OBD2 thing, though, is it? Unless it's telling me that it's got a shorted K line. That might be it. That's possibly it. Let me get my stethoscope so I can hear a little clearer. Oh, I see what it is. Never mind, I'm a moron. That's it. That is what it is. It's my OBD2 scanner telling me there's a short in the K line. That's something new. It's never done that before. Granted, I haven't run into a shorted K line in a long time, because, you know, most people don't replace their radios anymore. It's actually the scanner, the OBD2 connector on that VCDS. It'll beep like that if you got a shorted K line, I guess. Damn it, and I was hoping for like a tracker or some sort of mysterious thing. You can get in line for your cut. What did I do with the end of my stethoscope? Oh my God, it's Monday. Well, that explains that, and that's fun. This car is just a mess, to put it succinctly. right. Let's see. Radio incorrectly installed. They have shorted the K line. Or sorry, CAN line. Well, K line. Writing that note down. Then we'll get on to the other things that don't involve scanning. Try and get as much stuff written down before we until we get off of all that. You have a question? This isn't what I expected to find. It is full of coolant. The probes are well in the water. Why is it flashing that? Probably involves more stuff with the radio shorting the communications lines. Honestly, how does this look? Oh good, this is melted. Hooray, yeah! Oh, it's starting to melt it. Would you look at that? It's not hot right now. Somebody did put in a new fuse box. Did they tighten this one? This one doesn't look as deep as the rest. You see how this one's like, these have more studs sticking out of them. So did they do a poor quality job of connecting it? Let's try to get electrocuted today, shall we? Nope, it's tight. Battery sucks. It's off gas and it's really dirty. And it's also from 6 of 19. Oh yeah, this is usually what we'll do with this is we'll relocate this wire from here down to the actual post itself. Because it doesn't matter how many of these boxes you put in, it's going to melt them. I don't know what it is about these boxes, but they're terrible. There's an update about it somewhere I should read. Other than paint dust being everywhere, it is full of coolant. So that makes our riddle a little more quizzical. All right, well, we're gonna go pick up the car, take off the under tray, try and inspect under there a little bit more, make sure there's no coolant leaks, which I don't see any at the moment. I don't think we're gonna find any, but like we got lots of fun. How much oil's on this thing? Hard to tell. Yeah, it looks full. Maybe even a slight touch over full, but I ain't gonna cry about that. Cool. All right. Let's go look under the car and see what other exciting new features we have. Let me show you its features. Yep. Your vehicle makes a wheel bearing noise only while I'm accelerating. Every mechanic I've gone to hasn't been able to diagnose it. Recently, the last three times I filled it up with gas, it hasn't started after filling. Doesn't have the issues with starting any other time. Sounds like your vent tube's plugged up. You're probably facing more than one problem at the same time. So It could be your fuel pumps making that noise. Maybe it's trying to keep up with your demand. But do you have any more information besides my car? What kind of car is this? We talking like Chevy truck? We talking like a Hyundai Elantra, an Audi R8? You know, what vein of crappy car are we having to deal with? Sup, Spidey? If you guys have not already gone over to check out the YouTube, because I do have a YouTube that I post videos on. If you have questions, or you can search through there, make sure it's not something I've already made a video on. True. I'm assuming you're making the correct assumption on what a wheel bearing noise is. It could just be a grindy vibration noise. So there's a statement that I've made to my boss, my previous boss, and hell, even the newest boss before, which is vague requests get vague results. If you want something done specifically, or you have a specific question, try to be as specific as you can about all the details about it. If you're just like, my car makes a noise, I'm gonna be like, something's rattling. It's a vague answer. Yes, I've worked on hybrids. I haven't worked on electrics, except for a Tesla where I changed tires. What do you think of cars driven by CNG? I don't know even what that is. Is that crappy new GM? Oh, compressed natural gas. It's a hydrogen car. Or same principle. I have not run off of any of those. I have not run into anything that takes that. It's like a forklift? Okay. I mean, our golf cart we drive around at the stadiums, natural gas. So, sure. I don't know. Don't know anything about them, honestly. Other than it goes in a golf cart. Well, this is just peachy. Let's take off these things. That didn't work at all. Look guys, the sooner y'all sub and stuff, the sooner I can get some better tools. It's gonna be a 17 or 16. Are these stock or are these not stock? Oh, they're stock. Most of the time they're replaced by somebody with a 17 because they lose the stock bolts. And they're not overly tight. Amazing. Phone, if you don't quit going doot, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Yeah. Missed one. No, don't stick. Oh, you jerk. Stay. Stellar. Amazing. Beautiful. Stupendous. Yep. Well, we were gonna have nice things, but Noah decided to pick up a car. So we got the under tray off, which was an exciting experience in and of itself. But I don't see any leaks, nor do you, because man, if there's one thing I love about live streaming this is I can use the camera to see things that I can't see by sticking my head up there. But there's no leaks. As we already established, this thing has not leaked coolant. So, I mean, the car is very dry. It doesn't even have the vacuum pump leak. Looks like the vacuum pump's new. So, primarily what we're going to be dealing with is electrical, which is fine by me. Less dirty. I guess that explains where all this dust came from. It's from all the sanding. It's like sanding plus like axle. Grease is starting to come out of that boot some. So, and also the inner boot's torn a little bit right there. Nothing critical or nothing to write home about yet. I'm just making note. Like it's starting to eat up, starting to sling out some, so it can wait till later. However, this whole front thing is just screwy, and this thing has been chewed up by the pulley there, and mostly this is your problem. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I don't know if there's anything I can do. I'll talk to them about it, see what they want to do. All right, so I'm going to report what I found thus far and make sure I'm good to take out the radio and continue diagnosing the car for all of its other issues. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be, but we'll make sure. There is no invite when you just click on the link because the link doesn't have an expiration date. What can I do about that? They're basically just supposed to hammer up into that stud. It shouldn't have even come out that way, that's for sure. All right. VVT runs off of various oil solenoids that control how much oil pressure goes to the various adjusters. I mean, I know how they work in principle. It just depends on which car and how it particularly works in that one. Took me a while to figure out some stuff on the Volkswagen's VVTs, but now that I learned it, it's much better. Much easier. Hey, Jeffrey. No, I know why. Yellow Leaf, because it's Ghost King's alt. Yet another one. So it's hard to join a server that you're banned in. It could also be you need two-factor authentication or a valid email address or whatever. But otherwise, no, you shouldn't have any problem getting in. Unless, of course, you're banned. They did have a nice, sweet win over the weekend. No. I mean, if they win, yay. If they don't win, I don't really care. Let me go up front and tell them what I'm going to do to this car and make sure it's cool.
So you probably want to use 20 pin connector on that machine.
All right.
Now, so you two will get you the. On the what? On the where? What system are you trying to scan on?
Just thinking codes.
Huh?
Just checking all the lights because they had it light on.
I think the engine light, check engine lights on the tractor.
There's the two wrong ones.
Awesome. There we go. I don't have any issues getting to my own Discord on my own link. So, what BMW has a soft top and not a convertible? I don't know. Also, did you go more into that VVT thing? Not yet. Oh, 07 Tacoma with a V6 4-liter 2-wheel drive. Runs out of timing during idle, but not when under load. Getting cam correlation codes, replaced all 3 sensors, VVT oil valves, and timing chain assembly with all new cam gears and such. About 4K into it now, same problem, P0018. Runs out of timing during idle, but not under load. Oil pump's pumping as it should? Do you have good, have you measured oil pressure? To make sure that under idle, your oil pressure isn't in the shitter. I can pull out the radio. So let's pull out the radio. Grab my camera stand so I can just sit you guys in the seat. They check the fuel pressure. I mean, the problem is there's a lot of moving parts that we're talking about. Because we got you have the solenoids that allow the oil to flow to the adjusters. You're going to have the adjusters that turn and move. You're going to have numerous other things. Damn it. Door's locked. Perfect. That's gonna look great. Trying to get good videos. When I got the little bit of time, little extra time that's necessary because there aren't that many cars here, then we can do that. That's kind of what I'm wondering. We'll run out of timing. It is definitely a red lipstick beetle. And yes, as you may or may not notice, we have a pair of engines over here. So, expect more about that in the future. Cool. All right, time to pull out the radio and disconnect the radio, and that should solve our K-line short. If it doesn't, we might have to disconnect the harness or whatnot. Let me get a couple of little tools, some pick tools and a pocket screwdriver. Because we should be able to get this thing out relatively easily. That door check rod is broke, so that door will always shut. There's the cover. Oh, good. They didn't install it very well. That's always off to a good start. Well, I just pulled that out, whatever that was. Oh, good. Oh, there it is. Cool. I was like, they didn't do any modification of the harness there. Just put that there. Well, at least I don't need the rest of these pick tools, and that was actually very easy. I was expecting it to be much, much harder. And this is what we're gonna have to unplug back there. Why didn't they plug in the rest of this stuff? Goodness. One of these wires is shorting our harness. Because I bet you right now, even if we went and scanned it, it would still come back as bad. There is not a lot of cable to work with here. Yeah. I do not like this radio install. I do not like it, Sam I am. I do not like it, green eggs and spam. Come out. There's one. Let's try that one, just because. Well, like I said, that was easier than I expected, so back out of the car we go. Wasn't gonna take it off the stand until I get some better things. This, just the stuff that they already asked for. Cabin filter, air filter. What's in the manila envelope? Oh. Manila wafers, what? Ugh, I guess I don't need this. We having any connectivity issues on Twitch? No, we're on the good Wi-Fi though. Trying to turn off some of the extra crap. Yeah, I wouldn't start off using aftermarket timing kit stuff. But okay, so it was a Toyota kit. So they wanted you to pay them more money to finish diagnosing it? Let's see if our beepy to beep's gonna beepy to beep. Nope, still shorted. Let's pull out the other radio wire. Same spot, just gotta pull out the other part of it. I think it's talking now. Today I learned. Let's just pick one before we do the auto scan. Communication. We can talk to the engine. Hooray! It's a little tiny. There we go. Secondary air injection system, fuel trim bank 1, system 2 lean, mass airflow sensors. It has a mass on it? Oh, it does. Implausible signal, brake switch, implausible signal. I wonder if those are on the same CAN system that's being interrupted. Let's copy those. Fault frequency 13. 1 and 1. An incorrect flow detected on the secondary air. Interesting. Good, we're still recording. All right, so that's that one. And then let's go over to the airbags, because that was their other complaint. Airbags. See what that. No, there's a Toyota getting an engine swap and a Subaru. Whoa! That was a few more than I expected. Side airbag, igniter, passenger side, upper limit, exceeding control module for seat occupancy, occupied recognition, open or short to plus, seat belt switch, drivers, open or short to plus, short to plus, supply voltage, lower limit exceeded. That is not a code or two. Side airbag igniter, upper limit exceeded, driver, side airbag igniter, driver side. Passenger side. Seat belt, driver, passenger. Something that supplies the wiring for both is probably our culprit, because it's both fronts, passengers and drivers, and they're intermittent. I wonder if I could clear them and they go away. They might. It might have been he turned a key on with the stuff unplugged and he just hadn't cleared it since, because all of them are intermittent. So I'm just going to add these to our notepad. Add these to our ticket just so we have a record of them.
Clean some shit out of it so it can speed it up.
And we'll give it a clear. Clear. That didn't come right back. Do I have anything else unplugged? I didn't take anything off the engine. I just got the under tray off, the radio out, and that's it. Now with the radio disconnected, let's start up the car and see what it does. Well, first thing that happens is the battery dies. Oh, off to a great start. Fantastic. It's the gift that keeps on giving. If I put a battery in it, I very well might fix it. That is a very true statement. That is a very true statement.
Step one, check the battery.
I'll be back once we figure that out. What in the hell? What in the hell, Bobby? Okay, I'm not anywhere near out of hard drive space. I think I've already copied all those. The random beep res profit was the scanner connector itself. It's basically got an internal monitor that if it's shorted to, if the CAN signal's shorted, it'll beep. So that's what I just learned today. Today I learned. No, I don't just fire a person because they have dumb shit happen to them all the time. Interesting. Oh, I was actually going to be cutting it off soon, or trimming it. I look like a hobo. I'm a little too fuzzy for my own liking. You had to break out the old school scanner for that thing. What's the problem with the car?
Scanner for brake light, and it has a check engine light, and a control light, and she wanted all the lights checked. So.
Check engine light's going to be an O2 code. You know it. You sound very confident about that. Okay. Battery, right. That's what we're doing.
You have to write these down because this not.
Just take a picture of it. Let's try our new Pulse Interstate batteries. Tester.
I'll just keep that one back there.
I should. That would be a good idea. Stop coming up with good ideas, because then I have to do them. The best ideas. Only the best. This is our new fancy. Vin. I don't know why they would put all these wires back here and then want you to use a camera on the back. .5 liter, group 48. Yeah, they're both flooded. Or group 47. I guess group 40. What is in here? This is like an H6. So it'll be group 48. Can't scan battery barcode. Because it's buried under here. I can't even, what is it? 600. Close enough, 640. Oh, it's got a temp scanner in there too. Neat. Yep, touchscreen battery tester. Charge and retest. Voltage 11.39, measured 130 cranking amps, rated for 640, temperature at 61 degrees. State of the battery is too low for a test. Recharge the battery and try again. Boop. Fancy. Fancy dancy. There's my battery charger. I guess we'll set it to nuclear and give it a minute. Or 10. But I do like to disconnect and get a battery cable when I charge batteries. Ah, there we go. Or if you're a really smart guy, it's nuclear. That thing take forever to scan, or like ultra forever to scan? Oh.
Looking to see what equipment the tool can find. So far, it did not locate any
Oh.
issues.
Do nuclear. Go. Do a thing. I'll let that chill for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Can it run Crisis? Maybe. What little red Civic are you talking about? Last DC? No, not the one that we were working on that had the issues. That one's gone. This one's going in a Camry, I think. No, that's the Subaru. This is the Subaru motor. This is the Camry motor. We got like a 2013? Let me see. Subaru 2007 Toyota Camry. Nope, 8, 12, 8, 12. I don't know, we have a lot of freaking Camrys. I think we have 3 Camrys. So it's either a 7 and 8, or it's not in the computer yet. I see the legacy there, though. Maybe it's under somebody else's name. Do you think I can do do I think you can do injector O-rings and intake manifold gasket on a 1.8 turbo GTI in 2 hours? What year? Because that's really dependent on what year. Yeah, I stream every day. Well, every day I'm at work. Sundays we stream Politic Time because I like to yell about stuff, but you don't have to be here for that. That's just the crazy lunatics that like to come in here for Politic Time. Monday through Friday is work time. We don't talk politics during work time. We have decided that. Yes, yesterday was lit. Oh, 2003? No, it won't take you 2 hours. On a 1.8 turbo GTI? That's really irritating. I have to remember which way the intake goes on the thing. I don't remember any time that I have. Why are you changing those things? Is there something wrong with them? I haven't run it. I don't think I've ever had to change injector O-rings and stuff on a 1.8 turbo engine, unless I was swapping engines. Oh no! How do you like being a mobile carrier tech? What is a mobile carrier tech? Like carrier the air conditioners? I mean, OEM is ideal, but if you already have the Felpros, then you might as well. Worst thing to do is not work, and you have to do it twice, and then the second time it should be a lot faster. That car probably was older than Noah, though. Well, I don't know what kind of carrier he's talking about. He could be talking about big boats. He could be talking about some other product that is called a carrier that I don't know of. Maybe a carrier signal. I don't have a damn clue. I don't know what other manufacturers are named carriers or they call carriers. Oh, see? He works on air conditioning systems that are on trucks. I was thinking like home AC units. I forgot that they exist on tractor trailers and stuff. Interesting. I tend to try not to assume people's motivations or what they're talking about unless I am sure. Well, come back on Sunday if you want to discuss that. Otherwise, leave it out of the chat. So we got the battery set to nuclear right now, charging that up. We can scan it. We figured out that there are a whole bunch of codes, probably due to the fact that he likely turned the key on or even just had the battery plugged in when he disconnected all the AC or airbag stuff and plugged it back in. And there we go. Easy enough. Nope, no more politics during the week. Just cars or other stuff. Because some people have no life. And all they do is, their life is to follow me around and irritate me. Probably. Well, they wanted maintenance, so we can go ahead and get the oil change done. I guess I'll turn the battery charger from, we'll leave it for about another 2 or 3 minutes and then we'll turn it down to a slow charge. That is the one leeway, if you will, is if there is something that involves automobiles, like new legislation that restricts our ability to work on cars or something, yeah, we're going to talk about that. But and here I thought it was just the 328i. It's just another crappy BMW motor, so I don't like Beamers. I don't know, key's not on. Wait, is it an old school? No, it's digital. How many miles are on this thing?
178.
178.
Negative.
Nope.
Nothing.
What's the problem going on? This got a brake light switch?
What's the message on the dash say when you push the brakes?
Check engine and check control.
Check what?
Check engine and then check control lights flashing.
Lots of new parts on this thing. New intake boot. Looks like new air distribution prior to the throttle or just straight up throttle. I'm sure they've had a lot of fun.
56-month hype. Demon
Well, thank
shock.
you, Mr. Bax. I do have an Audi.
I got an Indy.
Ah! You're so funny. What would I do without you here? It would be nice and quiet.
No, you'd have the intercom.
No. Like if you were on vacation. It would just be nice and quiet. Will you come up here? Yeah, totally. I forgot how much I missed hearing the PA system go beep. And then we all stop. And then nothing happens and we go back to work.
That's the way it went.
Sometimes. Although David used it just as much as she did, so.
Did he? What did he?
Well, you just say something of whatever we're working on, like, come see me real quick about a thing.
See, we're getting our steps in.
Yep. It's keeping you healthy.
We shouldn't be running back and forth.
Oh, good. When is that going to start back here?
So you know, when you update us on the hour, yeah, you gotta come tell us.
Ah,
But like,
I was waiting for you to start doing rounds to periodically check when we need
if I say,
to update.
your parts will be 15 minutes.
This thing is very unique. Like, the front end's torn up. The car's been painted. It's been sanded and painted. Wheel wells are torn up. It's, I don't know. It's an interesting one. This thing is not.
For some reason, I don't know why that's on there.
All right.
So when I get this done, I'm gonna take my engraver, and I know these three pieces fit an N14, I'm gonna engrave N14 on these fuckers. Cause there ain't nothing. Because although these look like they will work, they're.
No, it's not that they're complicated. It's that they're over-engined. Well, they're complicated, but it's a different kind of complicated than what I'm used to with Volkswagens. Volkswagens are complicated in and of themselves. All the German cars are complicated and overly complicated. And I am quite proficient in the Volkswagens because it's what I work with all the time. But when you throw me into something, a different platform, it all changes. It'd be like if you work on Apple products all the time and then you go work on a Samsung, it's going to just be different. Not harder, easier, or anything of that. It's just different from what you're used to, you know? So a lot of your normal assumptions and places where parts are normally at aren't there. You got to look for other places, or there's other common issues, et cetera, et cetera.
Prices are skyrocketing.
Prices are skyrocketing?
Skyrocketing.
For what?
That time and chain you did this morning,
Mm-hmm.
we quoted him that a month ago. Two parts combined went up $200.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Two parts went up $200?
Total, yeah, between those two parts.
Right.
Because he called me and he was like, man, the original quote you guys gave me was like $1,450 and it's $1,605. And I took a hit on some of it, but
Mhm.
still, yeah. That was cost.
So now we're going to have to adjust our wait. How long do we wait before we, like if you came in here and got a quote for something and then we got to do it in a month or a week.
I used to tell everybody quotes are good for 30 days. Now I'm telling them on the phone, literally 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Yeah, because
I don't know if I can get the parts. I don't know if I can access them.
it's changing that rapidly.
Yeah,
Because you don't know when our suppliers do their price increases.
yeah.
They, it used to be monthly or quarterly, and now it's daily.
Mm.
So yeah, it makes a big difference.
So the statement on this ticket where it says tune up per customer's request, last maintenance was 2 years ago. Oil change air filter, question mark?
Oil change, yes, but the air filter and cabin filter, I put question marks so that way you could look at them and tell me.
Okay, so if they need it, do it.
Right.
Got it.
Well, we need to call them and quote it, but yeah.
So the oil change part I can just go ahead and do?
Yeah, it needs
Okay. Because I know everybody's got tight money right now, so.
Think about it, man. The way fuel prices are going up, that kills everybody. Because that's a cost that you can't adjust for.
Volkswagen and Audi have nothing to do with each other. Or not Volkswagen, Audi. Audi and Volkswagen have nothing to do with BMW. They're different companies, they're different parent companies, they're owned by two different manufacturers. It's not like GM and GMC or Pontiac or Volkswagen and Audi, and even that kind of junk is different. BMW is in no way similar to a Volkswagen. How would I analogize that better? It'd be like, well, Apple and Samsung are the same thing. They're just phones. Yeah, they are, but I bet you crack them open, they're really different on the inside. Thank you, Rob. Not today. Who wins what, BMW or Mercedes?
We're selling out like all this stuff so that we get it down to Valvoline, global warming, and AMSOIL.
Oh,
So it's easier for all of us.
the AMSOIL do the 50700 and stuff?
Is that the diesel? That's
Yeah.
508, 509, isn't it?
Well, maybe newer diesels, but the older diesels, 507.
Yeah. Yeah, between it and Valvoline, we got it covered now.
No, BMW is owned by BMW. Volkswagen, the Volkswagen Auto Group, or VAG, owns Volkswagen, Seat, Skoda, Audi, Bugatti, Lamborghini. I'm sure there's 2 or 3 I'm missing. Maserati. Is it Maserati? I think it's Maserati. I can just go find the list.
Switch, hit the pedal to see if it's working.
Yep. Volkswagen, Skoda, Seat, Cupra, Audi, Lamborghini, Bentley, Ducati, Porsche. Oh, Maserati's Peugeot. Okay, cool.
My Maserati does 180.
What you looking for? Oh, you're gonna. Problem is, you're probably gonna have to scoot that seat back.
Yeah, it does move.
It doesn't move. Awesome.
I remember that last time.
But like,
Squeak. Do you see the brake light switch? It should go right into the pedal, like into the armature of the.
it's got a connector running straight to it. That's the pedal.
Little plunger. Yeah,
Yeah.
that. You not know how to get them out?
I couldn't figure out how to get the connector, honestly.
The connector.
Never had to test one before, so.
Oh, squeeze, side squeeze. This has got a lot of communication lines going to it. This isn't just your basic pedal switch. This has got 3 different connectors. So did you look up the wiring diagram yet? So what you want to look up in the wiring diagram is find out what, because there's 4 wires going to that brake pedal switch. What does what? What's supposed to output, what's supposed to input, etc. Because one's probably a voltage in, so that way it can wait for it's either closed or open off the bat, and then when you touch it, it changes state. So we want to find out which way it's supposed to go. So if it's supposed to be closed, and then when you touch it, it opens, then if we ohm it and we push it and it still has continuity, it's shorted. Fix it again tomorrow, Tony. New cars are complicated because of a lot of different legislation as well as just the complex engineering that goes with it, mostly driven by the legislation that requires them to, I'm going to be a little mean here, get obscene amounts of fuel emission or gas emissions. Fuel mileage, there we go. That was the term I was looking for. Like, they just, it irritates me because the government just kind of whisks their pen and they're like, you know what, all you guys need to get 33 miles of the gallon. It's like, okay, great. How do we do that? Oh, I don't know. It's your problem. Okay, thanks. So then they come up with these insane systems that superchargers, turbochargers, which those aren't insane, they're fine. It's just usually you save those for like sports applications, but now you got a Mini Cooper that's got both a supercharger and a turbocharger, and it's a 1 liter 3-cylinder engine because it needs to get like 40 miles a gallon, and trying to squeeze that much out of a regular internal combustion engine is about impossible. It's getting to the point of absurd. That's the point. Well, it's because it's an easy target. It's the scapegoat. Hey, Waukesha. Last Conjugate. Hello and welcome. Glad to see you guys over on the YouTube. Makes me happy. Well, they have to do it all based off of like a fleet status, which makes it even more weird and arbitrary, because it'll be like, well, as long as the entire fleet of our car gets 35 miles of the gallon, then we can make a truck that gets 16, and then we can make a hybrid that gets 50. And so it's like, are you really doing good things, or are we just shifting around numbers so it looks good and makes people feel warm and fuzzy inside? That filter is taking forever to drain because the oil is cold. Let me grab the filter adapter. Look at all that information. So it looks like 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. So positive is 1, and so you can go from pin 1 to 2. You can use your own meter. Go from pin 1 to 2, and push the pedal, and if it doesn't close, then that's your problem. If it does have continuity, if it has continuity now, when it's closed or when the pedal's not touched, then you might, have you checked the bulbs by chance? Okay. Then since we're already there, I just go ahead and ohm it real quick and see if that works. But I don't put the possibility that just all the brake lights are burnt out. Yeah. It has happened to me more than once. I've been looking at it being like, man, none of the brake lights work, and brake pedal switch must be bad. And then it ends up being frickin' all the bulbs are burnt out because people were so lazy or uninformed about it. They never checked. I'm in South Carolina. Yeah. I went over there to get that, and I totally got distracted by Noah. No, what I'm trying to get to is be some sort of like, well, at some point I'm going to become the senior tech here, whether that be in 5 years or 8 years. It'll happen because the other two older guys here will be too old and will retire. How much money do we want to bet that this is going to be really stuck? And then I'm going to have to get a bigger wrench. Oh, wow, it was actually torqued on properly. I must have done the last oil change. I love it when a plan works out. Let that drain for a minute. The SRS light it was a laundry list of codes. Passenger front and rear, not front and rear. Both side airbags, both side seat belt buckles, both side passenger seat recognition sensors. Granted, I don't know why they have one in the driver's seat, but I guess they figure if the driver's, maybe it's just the passenger's recognition. Anyway, a whole bunch of codes that were all intermittent and all, I think it was open or short to plus. So, yeah, like side airbag igniter, driver's side, upper limit exceeded. Upper limit, short to plus, driver's side seatbelt switch, seatbelt switch passenger, short to plus. Somebody did something screwy. I don't know if they'll stay away because we cleared them and they did stay away immediately. Also, the wrench jockey or Bubba Exposed, I would also agree that could possibly play into it. The fact that we had a shorted CAN connection in the radio because somebody installed the radio incorrectly or wired the radio in incorrectly could totally be contributing to that. Come on, baby, get in there. Thank you. Pretty much. That's what they're going for. The more airbags, the better. Torque your filters to 25 newton meters if they are a cartridge filter like the one that I have just installed. That is all that they are supposed to be torqued to. They say it on the cap. Whoops. Does this one have the... Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, Jason is not here today. His child is feeling under the weather, so he gets to stay home with them. He is, Tom Tom. Although we will discuss that kind of stuff on Sunday, which we discussed it some yesterday. So you got to make sure to tune into the Sunday streams if you want to go crazy on the politics stuff. During the week, we don't talk politics. Not mo. No mo. Too much trying to concentrate on what I'm doing at work as well as arguing what idiots are saying on the internet, which is just absurd. So it's just not worth the effort. Is the short answer. But yes, I am very pleased with my governor for making the right decisions where it comes to legislation lately. That's all I'll mention about that. If you want to find out more, look it up. So these things always come with this like stock O-ring on here, and people leave them on there for a long time, but I tend to get rid of them because sometimes they will leak. And if I change the O-ring, then it won't leak. What you finding, Noah? Nothing happens? So like when you ohm across the two terminals, it never closes. Okay, so theoretically, you should be able to take a jumper wire and put it across pin 1 and 2 and just kind of touch the two of them and see if it turns on the brake lights. Because all it is just a physical connection. What does a one-legged man do to do at an ATM? He checks his balance. Oh God, that's so bad. Boo. Bad joke. Boo. Boo. Hey, heretic. All right, the filter and oil are changed. Let's figure out what we can do with this under tray. He's okay with it. He agrees with me on that, but he'll go troll around other streams then. On a non-political note, but on a kind of politics note, or not on a politics note, but on a Twitch drama note, did anybody ever find the clip of CTV falling on his face? I guess being hammered during one of the broadcasts? Let's see if we can fix this problem, or at least make it work. I want my gun. It's 13. Oh, look at that. They didn't do it wrong. They just didn't put it right. Dummies. Never mind, it's not broke. I'm an idiot. Because it goes above this. Anyway, it's too dumb to respond. It does that. It fits under there as such. I will show you in a minute. Let me get one of these in. Because I'm going to have to correct this for the video. All right, I pulled the gum. There was nothing wrong with the under tray, it just wasn't properly bolted up. The under tray goes behind that piece, and then the bolts go up through there, and it will hold them on just fine. So whoever put this under tray on just failed to put the front part of the bolts in there correctly. I presume it's whoever did the body work to this car. So I just wanted to make that programming note, if you will. Otherwise, we're doing the oil change right now. We're charging up the battery, and we're going to check the other stuff, and then we'll worry about the... I forgot what we were doing. We'll worry about that. I pulled a dumb. Why you gotta be so dumb, man? I was getting excited because I was super happy to have something really weird and interesting to do. How's that? CTV is critically thinking veteran. And I worry about him some days because of how I can't tell if it's an act or if he's serious. That's the short answer. Because if he's serious, then I'm worried about him. If it's an act, then well, whatever. Enjoy. What's the fix for the Silverado? Which Silverado? The radiator one? Replace the radiator? Oh, the high revving RPMs. Oh, it hasn't been back yet, actually. I wonder where it is. It was supposed to come back. Because I didn't know. I hadn't solved that problem yet. Where is the damn hole? So I have a question, you weightlifting, picking up type people. I have some shoulder pain right now that's been bothering me for a couple days, and I'm not sure what it is, and so I wanted your thoughts. It comes and goes. It's not usually a problem. That's why I don't typically mention it, but I presume it's probably from my deadlifting. Because I did a lot of deadlifting this past week, and what? The inside ones. They're all on though. Did you jumper that connector? The other one might be a cruise brake. It might not be brake lights. So it's like when you have the cruise set, it interrupts that thing. So yeah, it's got a bad brake light switch. So, right. It's hard to tell if it feels like it's in the bone almost. And it happens sometimes, not all the time. But it seems to be when I lift like up or up. It's like somewhere right in there. Like at the top of the shoulder. Like we're talking up here. Where past the muscles. It doesn't, it's not on this arm though. It's just this right arm. So I'm thinking maybe throwing baseballs. I don't know, you piss somebody off. Tendonitis in my shoulder? I mean, deadlifting down here, pack your lats or contract your lats, you know, and then lift. Yeah, it shouldn't be hard on my shoulder. Shouldn't is the key word there. No lower back problems. Well, you don't have to be here. It's okay, Yellow Leaf. You can go somewhere else. I'm not going to be fussed about it. There's plenty of other places to go. Promise you. Plenty of other place to go. And told you. Nobody wants to fucking listen. All right, we're done charging this battery for the moment. Because it should be good enough to run. How much oil goes in this? A VDOB. I'm just tired of putting up with stupid people. And I don't care if you're talking left or right, if we're going to argue political spectrums. I don't care what your political leanings are. If you're being an asshole and being an idiot, then I'm just going to kick you. Because I'm tired of it. It's my Discord. You want to go free speech somewhere else. Go make your own. Post them all there. I'm fine for fun discussions or reasonable conversations or yelling at each other if that's what you want to do. I don't care. If you come in on Sundays, though, good Lord, just hold your butts. Because that is a shit show. Why do I have this? Does this meet 502? It does. Liquid Molly. So we got to do 6.3, which is how many liters? Because all this is measured in liters. Yep, douchebags are brand neutral. Brand neutral. 6 liters. Well, that makes it easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cool. So, both jugs. Yeah, I bet you made it recently. 14 hours ago. Man, 14 hours ago sure did seem like a time when we banned somebody from Discord, and then he came back with 3 other accounts, we banned all those, and then magically there's a new person that made an account yesterday that suddenly can't get into Discord. I'm so surprised. Huh. I can't imagine what that would be. But, I mean, the biggest thing that I've learned is the people that whine about unfair treatment the most also are probably the most irritating. Depends on what you're talking about. Although, it seems as though one of my baseball players has oppositional defiance disorder. Poor kid was like super pissed when he struck out. And I hate to break it to him, but like, I don't know how to put it to you, son, but you're terrible at swinging. I can help you and I can make it better and we can get you knocking balls over fences. But right now, no, you can't swing for crap. Like, we're gonna have to work on it and you're gonna have to practice a lot. But we can fix it. It's not something that's impossible. It's just you're gonna have to try. Just walking up to the plate after never having played a sport before and expecting to knock a home run is might be a bit of a expectational difference that is happening between us. Especially when the damn kid we were facing that day, he's probably like my oldest son. He's like 6 foot and he can throw heaters and he's good. It's probably not good if you put him in like a high school league or something, but in our little baby league that we're playing with for baseball, which is just mostly winter baseball to keep the kids out and playing and doing stuff and still throwing balls, you know, just to keep them from getting rusty over the winter. But yeah, for this kind of thing, yeah, it's a co-ed. I don't play. I coach it. It's my kids' teams. It's my kids' team. I'm just the coach. And we have a great group of kids, even though he's, what's the word? Even though he wanted to yell at the umpire about how he was wrong and the game was rigged, I was like, it's not rigged, bud. I promise. And even if it was, there's nothing we can do about it right now. So there's no point in being upset about it. Can't believe we got this little baby quart, or liter. It's cute. It's our little baby. No, it was I think he's 13. Hey, Noah. Noah! Where'd he go? I'm afraid he's got the key on. He does. I'm gonna save his battery and turn his key off. Yellow Leaf, it's fine that you're Ghost King, it's fine that you want to be in there, and it's fine that you want to post things. It's just not going to happen. What? Who's Ghost King? Okay, calm down. Beautiful. Beautiful. Turns off the car. Now Noah's up front like, why can't I talk to the car? I was doing all these tests and you shut it off. Ah! Dude, that's sick. Oh. I'm looking at Wrench Jockey's pictures on Discord. Are those like just engines? Also, how easy are those things to work on? Like, do they make them very, what's the word? Like, maintenanceable? Is it better than working on regular cars where everything's hard to get to because, you know, they gotta make it look pretty? Well, that's good. I'm glad for you. Oh, snap. Hey, LD, as long as it comes off, man. Yeah, I'm sure like trying to use heat in that tight compartment would be difficult. It is a car without eyelashes. That is true, Alan. How expensive is a gardener? That wrench jockey. I have two chats. The YouTube chat and the regular chat. All right, let's hook up this battery. So if you want to know what's going on in both chats, be in both chats. Good friend wouldn't let him touch my car. I know, we all got those friends. You're like, I love you, bro, but no. I know you have a good idea to fix this, but I'll take care of it. I got it. Promise. It's not that I don't love you, it's just that I don't trust you to fix my car. And I forgot the cap on the damn oil filter housing. I should be able to get it through the gap. If I have to take off the under tray, I'm going to be a little bit more annoyed. Why can't you use YouTube chat? Are you banned on YouTube? Also, if you want to type in YouTube chat and you don't want if it's got like your name or something on there and you don't want it to be a thing, in Discord, on our Discord, there's a pinned tweet or a pinned message that's right in the general chat that shows you how to change that to where it's whatever you want it to be. And it won't affect your emails and everything else. It'll just change your Google username to, or your Google display name to be whatever you want it to be. So, if that's the problem you're worried about. So if you very much enjoy this channel, I would very much appreciate if you wanted to go over there and sub to the YouTube, because should the day come that Twitch decides that I am too annoying to have on their platform, then that's where I'll be first. And then after that, I don't know. If I get banned off of YouTube, then pick a thing. Find me on Discord. And then I'll Discord and tell you where I'm at. Although, I do want to build a website that is decent at hosting people's questions and concerns. And then when we figure them out, we can also post an answer. I was trying to use Reddit for that, but I gave up on that because nobody wanted to do it. So that was fine, whatever. Not really that big of a deal. But I'm trying to think of a better way of doing that. Ew, stream on Facebook. Gross. A 2-bedroom apartment there is $3,000 a month plus? Jesus. I don't even make that much money in a month. Facebook has so many cool minion memes. Are you going to watch me on Facebook? Good stuff, buds. All right. Hey, guess what? We have battery. We checked the oil, didn't we? We'll double check it again before we start it, because why not? I'm pretty sure I already did this. I turned the key off because I didn't know where you went. Ah. Yes, we're good on that. Although, why is that? sensor pissed off. Look for a vacuum leak. Yeah, I agree, a car is a car, but I am kind of excited about the Integra because I had one. OnlyFans is a question answer section. Okay. I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do with it, honestly. Hey. I know, I like to keep everybody confused. All of the fuel trim bank one, the secondary air injection system, the mass airflow sensor, and the brake switch, all of those codes are implausible as well. Or, not implausible, they're all intermittent. Really makes me wonder how much of these codes and stuff were just generated by a dude messing with it, taking it apart to do the paint job. I mean, the car was originally red, unless he pulled the entire motor and painted the engine bay, which I doubt. But who knows? So let's go to 32 and 33. We got... It's not the worst. That's the short-term fuel trim. It's 7 to 10%, but the short-term or the long-term hasn't even gotten off zero yet, so that'll be more than fine. I don't think this thing has a vacuum leak, because if we generate one, it should spike like that. And now we don't, and it will go down. We just generated a vacuum leak by doing that. So right now we are checking, I was checking for vacuum leaks, and as you can see on the screen, short-term fuel trim is fine. It's a little high, but once the long-term kicks in, it'll bring it down. It'll act more normally. I don't hear any vacuum leaks, and I don't see any likeliness that there is one. Huh. Somebody's replaced the diaphragm in the valve cover. Nice. The other problematic spot for these is going to be this brake booster line that goes down here. So Volkswagen, in their infinite wisdom, can't make a booster line that's any good. Let me get this off the screen real quick. So this booster line here, which goes to your brake booster, right there, goes down to down here. It has a tendency to crack and snap, but this one feels intact. I don't feel any splits in it, so I think it's all right. Other than that, everything else seems intact. All these clamps are on, those are on, that's on. This is connected, that's been changed. This maybe have been changed. It's a typical failure point on a lot of these 2.5 liters. They'll run rich, and they will have a broken purge valve where they'll just leak. So it'll constantly be sucking fumes out of the gas tank. They've also changed this diaphragm, which is another source of vacuum leak, because this is a Dorman cover, and it says made in China. And I know that this valve cover is not made in China when it's stock. And also, somebody put a lot of dust on it. So I think mostly, what it is just, it's just a bunch of intermittent stuff that happened that this guy because somebody's painted this car. Somebody's had this like front end off. They've done some work to it. It's got brand new headlights in it. This thing's an 06 and those headlights are perfect. So they're obviously newer. Somebody's been messing with it at some point. We also probably need to recommend that they change this box. That wire is getting quite toasty, and we don't want that to be a thing. So I got some more recommendations. All the check engine lights and stuffs are off. All of those went to intermittent, so they all have kind of cleared themselves, so to speak. And I think a lot of it has to do with that oddly wired radio. All right, so we clear those codes. They should stay away. Oh, I see what you're saying, Heretic. So you're suggesting that we're discussing what to do about posting stuff, because Heretic's been honestly a great researcher in finding out what are the things that make the current algorithm happy on YouTube. And so it seems like if you post too many videos in a day, it might tick off the algorithm, or it doesn't affect after post 1. I wonder if that includes shorts and video and streams. I still want to keep the stream going on YouTube, because at some point they're going to work onto the discoverability of live streams on YouTube, and the minute that they work onto the discoverability and people decide that, hey, I can find a mechanics live stream, then we've got a long history as well. All right, I didn't cut this. No, I didn't. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I'll let you know what the final thing is, because I'm going to figure out what all we're getting the rest of the way done. I just finished an oil change, and I'm going to go check the filters, mainly the air filter for starters. And yep, we can do that real quick before we do that, which involves doing this. There's 2 screws, one there, one over here. And honestly, your best bet is going to be to take the boot off. This one's the pain in the butt one, because even with a screwdriver, a long screwdriver, it's still not convenient to get to. You pretty much got to pull up on the box. And it seems like somebody's already had a problem with this one before. So, option B, because I don't want to cam it out or strip it, is get this, and this. Let's go in shorter from a lower angle with a Phillips head right here. And then take this clamp off, because we're just going to take the whole top part of the box out. Trying to wiggle it around in there is impossible. You're not going to have a good time. So, probably should have pulled this off before I loosened all that up, but that's all right. Because then you do this, then you can set that there, air filter looks kind of new, I think. Let's see what the other side looks like. Let's change it. It's dirty enough. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It is pretty. I don't know, but they don't get their maintenance done a lot. That's what has me concerned. If they were very timely in their maintenance, I can't decide. I can't decide, man. I can't decide. Nah, we'll just leave this one in there. It seems fine. If it was my filter, I wouldn't change it, so. This is the hard part. Because you got to get these hooked in the front here. You can see that. The hardest part is getting these front hooks into these little slots. So once you get those in, you're good. Because usually what happens is you're trying to like fight the filter element itself being in the way, and then just keep it pressed down and screw them in. Although if you guys are talking to me in the chat, I'm gonna need you guys to like at me or, you know, tag me in whatever it is, because having one chat's fun enough. Having two is very fun. So I can't keep up with all the conversations going on every chat. Hell, I can't even keep up with all the conversations going on Twitch by itself. Oh, there they are. I'm looking for them and they're just sitting right there in front of me. Good. So did they want to do spark plugs or?
Well, you might have just worn too far.
Nose on Paul, I would think it would be more like a guy juggling two ladies, because there's a lot of conversation happening and nothing's really important to listen to. I think that was my best joke of the day. Clip it and ship it. Saw 42F here and had an AOL flashback. I guess we'll pull out a plug and evaluate them and see if it's worth changing. So yet one more plug removal video as soon as I find somewhere to hook you guys to, which I guess right here will have to work. What in the god-awful noise is that? Is that you, Noah? Oh, it was the seat making that noise. We could just do plug 1 very easily, honestly, which is, of course, the one furthest away from you, because that one is kind of on its own wire. New video clickbait, but plug removal? But we're removing the plug. Oops, screwdriver. Man, I'm getting old. Smells okay. It's got a touch of a leak from the valve cover. Just a touch. Like, yeah, like just a touch. Like you can see there's a tiny bit of oil on the bottom of that. I don't even see any oil looking down there, so. It falls under the not a problem. Just be aware of it. Does this car just use torque spits? No. Yeah, it's TORX. What in the devil kind? Yeah, there's a little bit of oil down there. Well, it's in the engine now, so that's fine. It'll either burn off or it won't. What in the... What is this? What is this? This nonsense of a spark plug. Instead of wish.com plugs. Patent 6,000, or sorry, 6,495,948. H18NU. I mean, they look okay. Yeah. Dave, am I supposed to change the plugs or just check the plugs and see if they need to be changed? These kind of look like they need to be changed. They've got their, you know, their that, but what the hell are these plugs?
E-fires? Yeah.
What is an E-fire? This?
NASCAR says they're the best plugs ever.
Oh.
This is a PCV box on a 15A8 4-liter. Didn't know if you'd ever seen one.
I have never.
Done one.
None of the above.
How would we find labor on that?
Looking in all data?
I can't find it in all data.
Looking on YouTube?
Okay, I'll try that. All right.
Maybe somebody there's got an idea. So change plugs.
Yeah. Sure you've seen this.
Who?
Can you tell what that picture is?
Can I tell what that picture is?
That's a bulldozer.
Yeah, I see it. That is...
Windmill blades. They're burying them.
Why are they burying windmill blades?
Well, once they get certain age on them, they're stressed and they're worried they'll come apart.
Oh.
They haven't found any way to recycle them, so they bury them. So that's our eco-friendly windmill blades.
That's a huge amount of waste.
There's no telling how much each one of those blades cost. They're cost some kind of composite.
Yeah. Can't shred them? That's silly. Thing's huge. $7.29. Laser platinum, yo. Manila envelope, yo. It's almost lunchtime, though. Oop. Well, that didn't work. There we go. Pop the... need to pop these out first. That makes it a lot easier, honestly. There. There we go. Ta-da! These are all nice and clean. Just that one wanted to be a little dirty. Wanted to be a little dirty plug. Mm-mm-mm. Cute little dirty plug. Does Interstate make spark plugs, Stators? Yeah, these things have been in there for a while. They look all right, I think. I don't know what they're supposed to look like. I can't judge the gap in that weird apple thing. What in the heck were the two people ahead of you getting? That's gonna take 6 bloody hours at Walmart. I don't think you gap this. I think it is the gap that it is. It is weird. It's a newly patented spark plug type. Yep. If you're watching this on the YouTubes and you are unaware, this is a live stream, especially if you're watching the VOD. I do stream it on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so you can be on either. Links are in the descriptions, and if you're on the YouTubes, then, well, you'll figure it out. And all of you guys that are watching on Twitch, make sure you head on over to the YouTube to give a lovely thumbs up if you are too kind to do so, or a thumbs down if you're one of my hate viewers that likes to just troll me all day. Because, I don't know, you hate my guts for some reason. I don't know, I'm not a big grudge holder. I have like 2 or 3 grudges that I've carried on for a very long time. Well, isn't that a peach? Awesome. Well, we got us for eating lunch now. So this is a 5-cylinder car. We got an extra plug because 5 cylinders, because the packs come with 4. 4, right? 4, right? 4. 4. Where's the 4? I'm missing one. Out of the package I just opened. Jerks. So, what should be done in 5 minutes is now going to be, I don't know how long. Maybe we got some more sitting up front. I don't know, maybe it fell out. I'm gonna go check the bag. Anyway, I'll be back when I have all the plugs. It's a 3-banger. Hell yeah. Hold on, let me go look around. I know it wasn't in the bag. Are you ready to start throwing things now? What's wrong? What are the instructions on how to get it out?